Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
You never know who you're sharing the road with. Wednesday, 2 men, each convicted of 8 DUIs, were booked into the Minnehaha County Jail.
42-year-old Casey Scala ended up in jail after a judge sentenced him to 5 years behind bars for his 8th DUI since 1999. The second man is 48-year-old Joshua Pratt. Sioux Falls police arrested him early Wednesday morning after getting a report of a car stuck on the train tracks near 14th Street and 7th Avenue in central Sioux Falls.
According to court documents, Pratt is charged with his 4th DUI, but when we looked through his criminal history, we found multiple prior drunk driving convictions dating back to 1995. Following his most recent conviction in 2019, Pratt received a suspended sentence, meaning he wouldn't have to serve any more prison time as long as he stayed out of trouble.
Family and friends are mourning the loss of a 3-year-old boy after a fire at an apartment building in Waubay. Crews were called to a fourplex in town Monday evening where 2 of the units were engulfed in flames, one of them occupied by the LaBelle family.
Azariah LaBelle was one of 3 boys that were home with their mom when the fire started. The family had just celebrated his birthday on Sunday.
The day before, he just turned 3, and he was so sweet. Just like Carla said, he was so sweet. He loved everybody. And he was the sweetest boy. His voice was so sweet. Everything about him was so sweet.
There was a prayer service for Azariah on Wednesday. If you'd like to help the family, there's a GoFundMe attached to this story here on KELOLAND.com. Everyone is safe following an emergency landing at the Pierre Regional Airport last night. Pierre police say a United Airlines flight operated by SkyWest Airlines landed after experiencing engine failure. The aircraft was en route to Denver from Fargo.
A call was received about the emergency at 6 o'clock and the plane landed safely 15 minutes later. The 48 passengers on board were able to get off the plane and wait at the Pierre Regional Airport terminal. And rising water levels in Grant County left one person surrounded yesterday. Grant County Emergency Management says it happened northeast of Millbank. Officials posted these pictures of the scene to Facebook.
A car can be seen stranded in water. Crews from Millbank and Big Stone City were seen launching a boat into flood conditions to go rescue the victim.
Well, now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a look at this morning's forecast. From flooding to fires, there's a lot going on, Scott.
Yeah, eastern, southeastern KELOLAND looking at the flooding and the fire danger again for today. We are looking at the possibility for record heat for some of us in southeastern KELOLAND. Forecast high in Sioux Falls, 86. The existing record is 87. Near 90 today in Yankton at 89, 87 in Mitchell. Well, it's 77 going in Huron, 48 in Aberdeen with scattered light showers in Aberdeen. Better chances for more widespread rain, I would say, this evening and tonight. And I think that will cover central, north central, and northeastern South Dakota. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Sioux Falls will soon have a one-stop for all state agencies on the east side of the city. A Rapid City developer announced a proposed location Tuesday, citing nearby amenities being key to the location. Sioux Falls legislator Caden Whitman is happy that the offices will be consolidated to one building, but she's not happy with the location, which she says has few sidewalks and is not accessible to the city's bus stops.
Unless they're talking about expanding the infrastructure to make it walkable from that bus stop, or unless they're talking about adding an additional bus stop at the one stop, I don't see how it's a feasible option for people using public transit.
Digital reporter Jasmine Jackson takes a look at the location, the new one stop with this KELOLAND.com original online now.
If you like music or throwing darts, there's an event just for you this coming Sunday. The Kickin' Cancer Jam is a fundraiser for cancer victims.
6 bands will be playing at the El Riyad Shrine Mosque starting at noon. Nancy Cordell of Pink Ladies helped start the event 7 years ago.
And I thought, what better way than to gather a bunch of people together that love music, because music is just such a great inspiration and makes you feel good. And so I said, well, a jam would be a good thing, and let's get the Pink Ladies involved and do a dart tournament as well.
Proceeds from the Kicking Cancer Jam will go to help 3 local families this year. For more details and which bands are playing, log on to this story at KELOLAND.com.
And Tuesday marked an exciting time at the Estelline Nursing Home and Care Center. 3 residents who live there all turn 101 years old this year.
So the nursing home decided to celebrate all their birthdays on the 101st day of the year. Family and community members were invited to stop by for the birthday celebrations.
We had a great outpouring of folks that come and just had a great time. We had cake and mints and just a lot of refreshments, and it was a lot of fun. Families came and they really did a wonderful job talking about their life and their life story, and there was just a lot of tears, but tears of joy for a lot of people. It was really a special moment.
Hansen says that in his 18 years in healthcare, he's never seen something like this happen.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right. Well, today, celebrating another warm day in Sioux Falls in the southeast. I know folks have been pretty upbeat for the most part, although it's a little hot. I'll give you that. Some of you not nearly as warm, though. I know there's a big difference, isn't there? And we're not celebrating the flooding at all. That in northeast corner, that rapid snowmelt this week has really been a downturn on the conditions there. We continue to emphasize be careful about flooded roads and avoiding that. There's not much on radar yet this morning. We've had a couple of flare-ups in the far northeast, but I would kind of watch this signal on radar from south central South Dakota into the northeast. We get a pattern that starts up tonight there, and then that will likely redevelop more tomorrow. Sioux Falls especially too will start getting better rain chances Friday evening, and I would say carrying over into Saturday morning, a blustery northwest wind, and then it's everybody cooling off as we kick off the weekend. The leftover showers will be departing Saturday afternoon. Might even end with a little bit of snow in the air. That's a possibility, but at this point in time, it looks like into Sunday and Monday, we do recover and moderating temperatures at that point. So we have some good things there. I do want to bring up our precipitation map quickly. You'll notice that we do have some moisture on the way. This first band to the west of Sioux Falls, that local half-inch total could come in starting tonight and into tomorrow. And then the second wave will probably refocus a little farther east into Friday night and Saturday morning. And again, these are some early projections on how these little showers and thunderstorms are going to roll from southwest to northeast along these diagonal patterns. And you'll notice that in the radar configuration over the next couple of days. But, you know, after having some red flag warnings, we definitely can use some topsoil moisture and just something to get the old dormant grasses a little wet, because we haven't greened up yet for everybody. Although we're starting to, aren't we, in the southeast? 89 today in Yankton. That's another very impressive number. 48 the high there in Aberdeen. 7-day forecast. Well, the weekend definitely cooler Saturday, 48, but 56 on Sunday, and then back to the 60s. I wouldn't be too surprised if we managed 70 again by Tuesday. The numbers in the northeast, well, it's a cool, wet start to the forecast tonight, tomorrow. Pretty good chance of rain in Aberdeen, at least at 50%. Not really too concerned about major rain here. So at this point, a half an inch of rain might occur in a couple of these downpours. Other than that, 50s back next week. We'll get more melting, of course, and yeah, this landscape's changing pretty quickly. Pierre, you're down in the 50s too to start the weekend, but it should recover pretty nice. I like this weather pattern. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 60-degree weather. And Rapid City also a nice end of the weekend, but it's a little chilly to start. 51 on Friday with rain showers possible and the leftovers ending early Saturday morning. Check out more details on your forecast online at KELOLAND.com.